Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to warmly welcome everyone into this live workshop. So excited to have you guys in here. We've got a jam-packed schedule. I just kind of put the final notes on today's agenda. I actually shared the agenda in the chat. So if you guys want to take a look at what we're doing today, I went ahead and I published that in the Dubb community. So I encourage folks to go log into the Dubb community. Get yourself organized over there. If you have specific questions, don't be afraid to put those in there. We want to address those. As always, please let us know where you are tuning in from, city, state, and the problem that you're trying to solve. Do you want more leads? Do you want to convert more of your existing leads? Do you want to get more referrals, more testimonials? Do you want to build an automation system for your business? What is your goal here today? We'd love to support you. Let's get into this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so here we have our agenda for the day. The first thing that we always like to do is we just like to set our goal. Why are we here? Ultimately, at the end of the day, the goal is to get more leads and to get more clients. That's why we're here today. So everything that we're doing is about results. We want to think about results at every stage of this process, okay? So what I encourage you guys to do is just really ask yourselves, are you getting the results that you'd like to get out of this process, out of this technology, out of your efforts? Because if the answer is no, that's okay. That just means we're here for a reason and we need to do the reps. We need to go through the process. We need to build our infrastructure, and then we need to go execute and put ourselves out there, share stories, make connections, bring on clients, have them tell their friends, and just have that rinse and repeat. So the first thing that I'd like to recommend that we do is let's just ask ourselves, do we have a calendar booking page? One of my favorite pages, video pages that I own is my calendar booking page. I recorded this video in about 8 seconds in our all office space, and I haven't changed it because it works. It's a simple video, direct to camera. I've got my booking engine right on the page itself. Book a time with Ruben. And then of course you can book a time in my calendar. If you do not have a calendar booking page created for yourself, please put 2 in the chat, please. And it's okay if you don't, because I'm going to guide you on how to do that. Okay. Just to provide a little bit of context as to why we should have a calendar booking page. Number one, it's inefficient to email, to text back and forth, and to find a time in our calendar that's mutually workable during the whole scheduling process. It makes sense for us to have a designated calendar page, number one. Number two is that by adding a video to your calendar page, you're going to get more bookings. People are going to see you. They're going to feel your essence. They're going to trust you. And as a result, they're going to scroll down to this widget right here and hopefully book a time in your calendar. So anytime that someone is a little bit maybe tepid in the process, maybe you haven't met with them too many times, maybe they're kind of evaluating some other agents, why not send them your calendar video and streamline the process of getting the booking, but also show them that you're technically savvy, that you're using video, that you're using technology to facilitate the whole process. Because the ultimate moment, in my opinion, in sales and marketing is when the person to whom you're selling or marketing to says, wow, they're going to market my stuff the way that they market their stuff. And that's a powerful moment that happens. And we hear about it all the time, where people in real estate, they send a personalized video message, they send a video email newsletter, they send them their calendar booking page, they have a link in bio with a form to an asset. By the way, all those things are what we're going to hopefully cover today. And when they see that, they say, please market my home like this. Let's go. Where's the agreement? I'm ready to rock. So in an effort to get your calendar booking page done, it's really a couple of different steps here. Number one, all you have to do is to just record a video for yourself. It's my video is 8 seconds. So I'm just going to encourage people just to take 1 minute here. Okay. This can be the actual video. This can be a mock video. Remember, in Dubb, you can always replace videos. There is a function in the edit page where you can replace and upload a new video, which unlocks us because now we can set our placeholders. We can configure our calls to action in our videos, our calendar booking page like this. And then if we want to go re-record it in a different environment using a different light source, a different microphone, a different device, it's all good. You can do that. So this will allow us to sort of do our homework and get some stuff done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the Dubb mobile app, and I'm just going to record a mock video for myself for my calendar booking page. And then I'm going to close the camera off, and I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same. Okay. Hi, it's Ruben. Please book a time in my calendar. Just click on the link below. I look forward to connecting with you. So that's a very quick video, less than 10 seconds. You know, I could add some more information about myself, but I decided to keep it a little bit short. I want to encourage people to go and record a video for yourselves like this. And once you're done, I will show you how to configure that. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a 2-minute break here, and please record your calendar booking video. All right, so hopefully by now you've recorded that video. If you haven't, that's okay. If you only got a draft, that's okay. You can always go back to it. This video is going to be recorded, and we are going to publish it on our YouTube support channel. Ina, if you could just share that URL so that people can subscribe to that, turn the little bell on for notifications, and we'll make sure that we get you that training video. So here we have it. In your assets, in the calls to action, the way in which you record and configure your calendar booking page is simply, number one, is to create a calendar CTA. So what you can do is you can name this calendar booking. You can make it, the type is calendar here, if you notice in the dropdown. And then of course, you select your provider. The provider that I like to recommend these days is actually Google, because they have a new public way to allow, like, it's basically a public booking page. And it's kind of a Calendly killer, which is really interesting. So I just shared the tutorial video in that. Darius did that. It's really, really good. It makes the process very easy. And best of all, it's free. The service is free. All that it requires is that you have a business Gmail account. So if you don't have one, I highly recommend that. If you're an Outlook user, you can use Outlook 365. There is a public calendar page for that. If you could provide the support link in the chat. And then you can also use a service like Calendly, which is actually free, and they have one integration to one calendar. So figure out which one's best for you and just get that configured. In the call to action, all that you have to do is to go place your calendar URL in this CTA right here. That's as easy as it gets. And then when you do that, what you get is the ability now to have your video feature your calendar. And here that is right here. Okay. So if you have any questions on this, if you have any stumbling issues on this, that's totally okay. Please email support@dubb.com. There's a lot of support articles on everything. I don't want to spend too much time on configuration because we've got a lot to cover here. So that's the first thing. Okay. So once you've done that, then all you have to do is, of course, go to your videos, upload your video once that's done, and then configure the call to action. Okay. So in your editing, you can, in your details, what you can do is you can specify the call to action with your calendar booking option, or the pro tip is to go to your assets and to your presets and then configure it there. So if you notice in my preset, I have my calendar booking engine as my first call to action. So this is the pro tip. Number one is record the calendar booking video. Number two is to configure the call to action with the embeddable widget. And then number three is to connect that to your video. The pro way to do it is through your preset, so it's always there, it's ever present. And then the one-off way to do it is just through the calls to action. So highly recommend that you go through that process. All right, so let's move on. Once again, you have that tutorial for Google Calendar. Totally recommend that. The reps, right? We keep talking about results. The low-hanging fruit in real estate is your sphere of influence. It's the people that you have already in your network. It's the people that you've been working with that are sort of on the fence with working with you. Maybe they're evaluating a couple other agents. They're going through the process. Maybe they're considering buying, considering selling. They're going through that sort of prep process. Whatever the case may be, you want to get yourself top of mind. This is a very important thing. So what we always recommend that you do is to put in the calls. Cold calling is still a very important part of any sales process. And this is effectively a way to replace that. So I highly encourage that you go take your top 10 prospects, your top 100 prospects, and record personalized videos for them. You can use the Dubb mobile app. You can use the Dubb desktop app. You can use the Dubb website with the webcam, the Chrome extension, or you can upload a video just natively that you record from your camera. I would just encourage you guys to get yourselves in a comfortable environment, a front light source, the camera that's even with your eyes, a good microphone to capture your audio, not too many distractions behind you. You want to be authentic. You want to be yourself. You don't want to have to hide your life because that's very challenging. And your story, your script, that's really the most important part. What is it that you're going to say? So what I want to encourage everyone to do right now is just to take, let's do another 2-minute break. I'll shut my webcam off. And I want you to think of one person in your funnel, okay? What is it that you want to tell to them? What is it that they would love to hear so that they know that you're providing value, so that you're a trusted advisor, so that you are the person that they want to work with? Remember, when they see a video of you, a couple of things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to build a parasocial relationship with you. They're going to feel like they know you. They're going to feel like you're right next to them. It's like getting some time with them right in an office or in an elevator. It's very powerful. Number two is that they're going to have a way to move to the next step. You remember the calendar booking engine page that we just created? Now there's a perfect application for it because you can say, hey, Darius, it's been about 3 weeks since we last spoke. I know you were in the process of looking for a home, but you were kind of deciding on which school district is correct for you. I wanted to give you updates on a couple of properties that are on the market. Would love to connect. Consider booking a time in my calendar just by clicking the link below, okay? That's just a mock video. Again, it's a placeholder video, something that just came off the top of the dome here. But the value here is that you have a video that goes to a call to action that gets your calendar booking. More bookings, more calendars, more sales, okay? So you want to have more calendar bookings to ultimately get more sales, okay? So I'm going to shut my mic off. If there's any questions, comments, I'm going to go take a moment to look in the chat right now. But I do recommend that everyone record that personalized video message. And I want to see those phones up on the webcam. So that's how I know that everyone's done. That's what helps me. So if you can just put your phone like this in front of the webcam, and then when you're done, put your phone down, at least I'll know that folks are done. Let's take 2 or 3 minutes to do this. Again, a personalized video message to your hottest prospect. And if you don't have one in mind, record it to yourself, record it to a spouse or a friend or a mom or a dad. The point here is to get you comfortable doing your videos. No excuse to not do this, all right? All right, so let's get into this. This is the video that I just recorded. I recorded this for Darius, so let's see if you guys can hear this. Hi, Darius, it's Ruben, and I wanted to connect with you. I know the last time we spoke, you were considering a certain home in a specific school district, and I wanted to let you know that a property just came up in the very same school district. So if you're interested in talking to me about this, consider clicking on the link below so you can book a time in my calendar. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, call me. Look forward to connecting. Thanks. Just full disclosure here, I'm not a real estate agent. I am married to one. I've been married to her for 13 years. So I've heard what she says. So, take this script with a grain of salt. I did get my license. I think it's expired. But there's my video. The first thing that we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to retitle it. Okay. So video for Darius. Okay. That's the first thing I like doing. It's just, it allows me to stay organized in the process. The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our preset is configured. So in this case, I see the preset icon configured so that I know that everything that I've invested into for this video, and basically all my videos, are going to be present on this video. My calls to action, my branding, the pro settings, the advanced settings. We can get into those a little bit later, but please make sure that you have your presets configured because it's a set it and forget it situation. Ina, if you could please put the tutorial video for presets. Highly recommend that everyone go through this process. It will save you a ton of time. The thing that breaks my heart the most is when I see a Dubb video out there and there's no calls to action on it, because I know what that means is that either A, they didn't specify the CTAs, or B, worsely, they did not set a preset. And I've seen paid subscribers do that, which really breaks my heart because that is a pro feature. So please get your presets organized. If you need support at dubb.com, and then you have the support article. Okay. The next thing that I like to do in this process is I like to just, I can take a look at the video, you can preview it, and you can kind of see what it looks like. Although rest assured that if you have your presets configured, this is how it's always going to look. Okay. So in this case, once again, I've got a little bug here. My calendar URL, my Calendly, which I'm changing, is expired. So I have to actually upgrade that. Note to self. So here we have some calls to action: book a time, reply with video, learn more. All right. I'm very happy with this. Pro tip here is the playlist videos is a powerful way to get your social proof videos to autoplay after your personalized video messages. Let me explain what that means. I just recorded a 13-second video here that took me 13 seconds to record, okay? This is not my best foot forward. This is something that's quick, that's personalized, and that's direct right to the individual, right? The playlist video, that's my social proof. That's where I can upload testimonials. I can upload the really great produced video that I did on myself, on my team, any type of video that showcases more about you, more about your team, more about your process is something that you want to put in your playlist video, right? And to do full circle on this, the powerful thing that you can do here is you can actually add that video in your playlist and in your presets, okay? Let me just quickly take a look at what that looks like, okay? So here we are on the preset page. And then what you notice here is that I can specify the videos to appear in the playlist. So just think about how powerful that is for just one moment, okay? Remember when we learned that moment that we realize it's not what we say about ourselves, it's about what other people say about ourselves. It's about the social proof, it's about the testimonials, where this here is where you can go execute that. The example that I love to reference about this is when you're at a barbecue, a party, and then someone, a past client says, this person was the best agent ever to work with. You know, this person was amazing. You should definitely work with this person here. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's a great compliment. And then the next day that person calls you. It's because you've been validated by a third party. That idea of social proof does not happen when we convey that information. It needs to come from a third party. And this is why reviews, testimonials, you know, any type of information that validates this is so important to include in the sales process. So if you want to go capture your video testimonials, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Okay. This is kind of like a pro tip here, but all that you have to do is add reply with video in your presets. You can have a specific presets for video testimonials, or you can put it in all of them. And if you want to send a message to someone and say, hey, consider sending me a video testimonial, it's a great place to do it. And then once you get that, you can log into the Dubb page. You can actually go, I'll show you where they get housed. This is where your video replies get housed. So think about this. You recorded a video, you're getting a video reply, you're importing it into your Dubb account, and then you're specifying it as a video within your presets so that every time someone watches a personalized video from you, they see a testimonial from one or more people. Very powerful, okay? So once now I'm going to go back to the main task, which is configuring that one-to-one message. Okay. Once I've done that, now I have a couple of different ways to send it. Okay. So the first way to send it is just through Gmail. Okay. So I'm going to open up my Gmail. I'm going to click on compose. Okay. And then I can, this is desktop. So I'm on Gmail desktop. I'm going to click on the Dubb icon, and then I can actually add the video right here, insert it. If I want to add some personalization text, I can do that right here. Select the video. I can even get specific user level tracking if I add the email address. That's optional. It's a pro tip. Insert video. Always add some context. Video in the subject line. Video in the subject line. I think it's a 30% increase on opens and clicks. It's very powerful. And then send that baby off. And the coolest thing about this, if you don't know this already, is that you start to get user level reporting. Okay. And this is a real unlock for anyone that likes to follow up, to understand what people are doing on the other side, and then to make a smart call, a smart action. In this case, you pick up the phone, you send a text, you send another video message, whatever you're comfortable doing. But if you know, Darius, hopefully you're checking your email and watching this video, because I'd like to show the reporting in real time. Okay.
You got it.
Nice. So I'm going to show you what that reporting looks like. And this, again, is something that can empower you to pick up the phone and to call them. It's okay if you want to let it brew a little bit and sort of wait until they email you or call you back. That's okay. Maybe wait 5 or 10 minutes. You're going to have to make a personal choice on this because you don't want to come off as too eager. But having that data, knowing that they engaged with your video, is very powerful. So here's what that looks like. Okay. So there it is. I've got some real-time data. I've got an email open. I've got an email click. Yes, he clicked on my thumbnail. Awesome. He went to the page, he viewed it, and then he watched the video. Now I'm a little bit sad because he didn't click on the call to action. So I'm gonna have to get over that one. But at least he watched the video, okay? And hopefully, maybe he might consider clicking on that call to action, Darius. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll reload my data type, okay, and then this takes a little bit of time to load, but I'll come back to this, and you will see how that data reporting is near real time, and that's very, very valuable for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to our agenda, and I'm going to kind of do a little check-in. Is there any questions, any comments? If this content is valuable, please give me a yes in the comments. Give me some feedback. If you want me to talk about something different, something else, let me know. I sort of function on feedback. Without feedback, I got no clue. So send me some stuff. I see some yeses in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate that. Next thing I'd like to talk about is the video email newsletter. Okay. Now, when we think about personalized video messages, we think about a one-to-one situation, right? We've got the top 10, the top 100. For those people, you should not send something generic to, okay? You should be personalized with them because you have some relationship with them. They're in your funnel. You've had communication with them. You want them to know that you're thinking about them personally. I mean, these transactions are large. Your commissions could be 5, 10, 15, 20 grand. The sky's the limit on those, right? So do your personalized videos. However, if you have a list of 1,000 people, 10,000 people in your email list, there's a couple of things that you're going to want to do so that you can actually get some of those folks warming up in your sales process. Now, anytime we talk about, I'm going to shut my screen share off here for a moment. Anytime we talk about email sending, we have to be very responsible about this. Okay. I think Darius, you did a really powerful tutorial on how to use Dubb to send an email newsletter. And there's some homework that you have to get done. It's a very sort of, I don't want to say very technical, but there's a lot of things that you should just put some time into. Number one is your email domain reputation. Make some choices. Do you want to have a separate domain that you email people from? Like, we don't email from dubb.com. We email from dubbemail.com or dubbmail.com because we don't want to get into any issues where we damage our email reputation. So the other thing is warming up your email. There's some services for this. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do if you really want to streamline your email sending process. So consider checking out that article. If you have someone technical that can help you with this, support, get the support from them. If you want to meet with Darius and with the team, dubb.com/T will help you with this stuff. Okay. dubb.com/T as in training. Ina, if you could share that link. That is Monday through Friday. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we will guide you and train you on anything you want to learn. It's very powerful. Okay. So once we recorded the first step, okay, when we record a video email newsletter is to record the video. Okay. So let's think about this. We've got 1,000 people in our email newsletter list. We want to record a video for them. Okay. Hey folks, this is Ruben Dua. I wanted to give you guys some updates on the market. It looks like interest rates are changing a little bit. We also have a bunch of new properties open in this particular neighborhood, and this new park opened over here right next to this amazing 10 graded school. Tons of updates in the community. If you have any questions, please feel free to book a time in my calendar, send me a response, or even send me a video reply. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you. Again, a very generic script that just came off the dome, so pardon me for that. You can come up with your own scripts. Be specific, be timely with this. This should not be generic information, okay? Once that video is recorded, here's the process to go send an email video newsletter. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to go to your CRM. This is when we say CRM here, this means Dubb as a CRM, or it means a CRM connector to your existing CRM. If you guys do not know, Dubb has all the features of a standard CRM system: contacts, tasks, companies, deals, custom properties, and a bunch of other stuff. So if you're not using a CRM, guess what? Now you are, because Dubb has it all right in there. Just get your contacts imported and the rest is magic. Okay. So the first thing we're going to want to do is click on campaigns in the left navigation and then click on email. Okay. What I'll do is I'll click the plus icon and I'll show you the process. Now, we have used every single email system on the planet. I can assure you that, because we've built so many integrations for them: MailChimp and Constant Contact, and even the more expensive technical ones. I'd like to think that we made this process very, very simple, but we're always open to feedback. So if there's anything that you'd like to see that we improve, please let us know. But we'd like to think that this is a very simple process. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is title it. Okay. Video newsletter, March 9, 2023. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to do is to configure your email sender. If you are sending to 1,000 or less people, you can use Google, you can use Outlook. We have a direct integration into Google and Outlook so that you can send right from those systems. Ina, if you could please support everyone with the article on that in the chat, that'd be great. If you are sending to more than 1,000 people, or more than maybe 1,500 people, you might consider using a more powerful email sender like Amazon SES, like SendGrid, or one of those. Once again, article coming. If you need support with this, please meet us in dubb.com/T. Okay. So I've got my sender here. My from name seems reasonable. A subject line, you can say, check out our this month's newsletter. Find something creative. Find something interesting. Don't forget to add the word video. It's very powerful. Then what you can do is you can record your video. Let's just use the one that I recorded for Darius as a placeholder here. Save and continue. I personally like to use the simple editor on Dubb. Dubb has a whole marketplace of email templates, okay? And many people have asked us for these. Using the second that you use an email template, you are going to have to know a little bit of design. You're going to have to use our editor, some drag and drop. They call it WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. But if you don't have any experience with this, it's absolutely not required. In fact, according to the data that I see, videos that are more simple like this, that have human written text, actually function better. So these are more like sales emails versus marketing emails. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's a really good looking template. It's got the colors and the logos. Sometimes we just ignore those and we unsubscribe from them. Whereas if you have a video with simple text, it looks, again, more human written. Okay. So the first thing that I like to do, again, is to provide some context. I love using personalization tokens. And that just basically means I can put the person's first name right there in the body of the email. There's a little line. After that line is your default placeholder. So if I don't, here we go. If I don't have the person's name in my CRM, the backup word will be hi. So if Darius's name is here in the CRM, it's going to say Darius. If Darius's name is not saved in the contact profile, it's going to say hi. So it's kind of they call that just a backup option. Okay. So, not bad, not terrible. What I also recommend that people do is insert your email signature. There is a way to do that in settings in your Dubb account. Okay, I'm not going to do it in this call, but I am going to, Ina, if you could please provide the support URL for that, the article, that'd be great. This is just an easy way to get an email signature imported into your emails. There's a ton of free email signature generators. HubSpot has one. There's a ton of them. If you just Google that, free email generator, you can go to your settings and you can paste this and you can save it, set it and forget it. And every time you send a video, you'll see this email signature. It's very powerful, okay? Then once you do that, you've got this video here, save and continue. You can manually enter the emails here. I don't recommend doing that. That's more of a test thing. Speaking of test, here's the actual test configuration. So I can just send myself this test right here. And I can just kind of see what it looks like. I can send it to a contact. I can look at it on my desktop, on my mobile, just make sure everything is nicely configured. But the correct professional way to do this is with tags, okay? So in this case, all I have to do is specify my inclusion tag, and then specify my exclusion tag. So my exclusion tag could be unsubscribe, it could be past clients, it could be, people that have explicitly told me not to email or call them. Keep your tags organized. Okay, to do that, in your contacts, there's a way to input a tag. Ina, if you could please place the support article in there, that'd be great. This is just a really good way to stay organized. We call this CRM hygiene. And if you just invest a little bit of time into your CRM hygiene, you get amazing amounts of benefits when you want to do stuff like this. We are very organized about this here at Dubb. We have all of our signups, all of our paid subscribers, all of our leads, all in specific tags. Of course, we use some automation, which is not hard to talk about. We can do that in a future session. But by having all of those things specified, we can actually go in and we can do email newsletters just like this. Consider adding a tag for buyer and seller. Those are two very good tags to have. So client, testimonial, buyer, seller, so on and so forth. Keep your tags organized. Here's why, okay? And then once, of course, you include your tag, then I'm just going to add just an email for now because, save and continue. Now, of course, we can send now or we can schedule it. If you're a night owl, if you're working at this at 4 o'clock in the morning, all good. Just schedule it for the next day, 10 a.m. I like to send my emails. I'm in Pacific time. We like to send our emails at 8 a.m. Pacific. We've seen success with that because that way, if it's in New York, it's 11 a.m. So anytime in the morning is what we recommend. There's some data that says to post in the evening. I would encourage you guys to do your own research on that because every time I look at something different, maybe we can use the AI to see what it says. And then once you've done that, you click the send now and it gets sent or scheduled. So that's a very powerful thing. If that was interesting, please put a 1 in the comments. If you have any questions about how I just did that, throw them in the comments. We can answer them here, or we can schedule a time, get you in the training. Email support@dubb.com. Highly recommend that everyone get this going as part of your process. Quick recap. What we talked about was configuring your calendar booking page. What I like to do is I like to actually specify that link in my email signature on my Gmail account. So to do that, I think you go to see all settings. And then if you scroll down, you'll notice there's a section here where I can actually put my email signature, right? And in that signature, what I like to do is I like to put my actual booking link, right? So I just paste my URL and make sure it's hyperlinked. And that way, every time I email someone, they can have my calendar booking page. I think that's very powerful, okay? The second thing that we did was we did a one-to-one video. It's really important to send personalized videos to people. That's what builds the parasocial relationship. It's difficult to get into someone's home and spend time with them. You have to get in the car, you have to pick up the phone, you have to call them, send them an asynchronous video and watch what happens. Sometimes it's actually better than real life because they can watch it on their time when they have some time to watch it. And then of course they can do that call to action, which is book a time in your calendar, fill out a form, visit your website. Very powerful. The next thing that we talked about is sending a video email newsletter. Very powerful. You've got 1,000, 10,000 folks in your database. Let's go get your warmest clients ready to rock. The people that are ready to sell, ready to buy. Get yourself top of mind to them. Very powerful. Okay. I'm going to do a check-in here. Take a look at the chat. Any questions, please let me know. Would anyone like to unmute themselves and ask a question? I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page here before I jump to the next thing.
Ruben, I can jump in and ask the room a question.
Yes, please.
Is anyone in here, maybe put a 1 in the chat if you're using video to reach out to fresh leads from Zillow, HomeBot app, anything like that?
Greg says yes.
Awesome.
That was just to me though, Greg.
Joshua says not yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
so
great.
Got a couple not yets.
I have a little bit of an insight for you, 20 seconds here. I call it addressing the elephant in the room, right? We're all human and we're competing in an AI-driven world where a lot of things are written by artificial intelligence. There's even videos now that can be artificially created with a human face on them. So to stay humble, to stay human, if you've got a brand new lead that is engaged on a home digest that you sent or came through a source like Zillow or came from pay-per-click ads, one of the easiest ways to address the elephant in the room is you may or may not be interested in selling. You might be interested in buying right now instead of just jumping to the gun and trying to like sell ourselves. Another way to address the elephant in the room is you probably get a ton of people reaching out to you right now. If you can just take one sentence to acknowledge where people are and put yourself in their shoes, it's going to go a long way. And then, of course, the other thing I learned this from Ruben is if you can kick off any video with gratitude, you've already got captured people's attention.
Well, thank you for saying that.
You know, one thing I just want to add to while we're talking about personalized video, I get this a lot, and a very important strategy for that personalized message is you want the thumbnail to appear personal. You want to let them know that this video is for them prior to them even opening it. So we actually built this feature into the Dubb app. This is the app itself. And so this is the application. There's a nice little button right over here in the top right. It's a whiteboard feature. And when I click that, I can go like this. Hey, John. And this is a really powerful way to open your thumbnails. So you can actually personalize that message for them. And when they see this, this is your first frame. Hey, John, this video is for you, buddy. I wanted to tell you something about your search in our area, right? You can go right into it. And what that's going to do is it's going to make a very interesting, far more interesting, especially if they don't know us yet. We want to let them know that there's something very personal for them here before they even click. And I can promise you guys, this little bit of personalization is going to dramatically increase your click-throughs because they're going to know this is not a recycled video. This is just for them. So absolutely recommend whatever flavor that is that you're adding into the thumbnail, something of theirs is critically important. Add it in there so they can immediately recognize this is a video for them. So pro tip.
Nice. Very cool. All right. So I'd like to do a temperature check here. Is there anyone that still is kind of working through some sort of confidence, feeling comfortable being on camera? If you're not 100% comfortable on camera, please put 1 in the comments. I'd like to kind of gauge the room because there's some data, some information, some guidance that we can give you on how you can sort of overcome some of those blocks. Guess what? We've all gone through it. I went through it. It was a very challenging process. My trick was I recorded 100 videos. I never used them. But on my 100th video, I was like, okay, I feel comfortable now. And I have a delete folder somewhere with those videos. And it was just about repetitions for me. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's super fair, guys. Rob, if you could guide us on how to feel comfortable being on camera. And while you're doing that, I'm going to set up the next chapter of this training. Tell us about everything you know.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're all so different with our presentation, our personalities, who we are. But there are some best practice things, and Paige mentioned them, Darius mentioned them, and I like to really emphasize if you're more of a serious person, like say your personality, hey, I want to get right down to the facts, I'm super serious. You still have to think in your mind, if you were meeting someone in person, how would you present with the first thing they see from you? They're going to see a smile. They're going to see a smile. You're being polite. You're being, representative of yourself. So when you're making these videos, no matter what your personality is like, always start with a smile. It's the first thing they're going to see. So I feel like to bring out your authentic self, keep in your mind, you're having a conversation with the other person. This isn't just a video you're making. You're actually speaking to the other person on the other side. So you're actually in an extended conversation in a way. It's just segmented a little bit. You're volleying, they're going to volley back to you. So always keep that in your mind. Also, Paige mentioned an important point about putting yourself in their shoes. When you have a conversation with someone, it's not a one-way chat. It's a two-way conversation. A lot of the times people in our life, if you kind of polled the people that you know, hey, what's kind of my strengths and weaknesses, right? One of your good friends and family, they'll tell you right away, hey, you're pretty funny. Actually, you think you're funny, but you're not that funny. So they're going to be honest with you about kind of your delivery and your personality. And I feel like a lot of the times, definitely work on your weaknesses. We all have them and we all want to get better, but lean into your strengths, lean into what you really feel comfortable with. A lot of the times when you're making these videos, depending on the case scenario, if it's a walkthrough at a property, if it's a market update, there are different scenarios with the tech that are going to help you get your message across. If I'm talking about a market update, well, I want to show a screen video, but I want to be that little bubble down the bottom that's live and action. I can pop to the full screen, make my points, pop back down. If I'm doing a personal outreach for prospecting and I haven't spoken to you in a while, I want to talk right to camera because I'm making that connection with you. So ways to make this easier to bring out yourself, let the tech help you. We talk about the teleprompter all the time. If you're writing your newsletter video, right, that's coming from you. The AI stuff that's out there, those are just fire starter stuff. They get you going, they give you a little outline, but you've got to bring the personalization of that information. So let the inner you talk. When you're writing these scripts, write them how you speak, write them how you talk. Okay. If I say, I'm going to send you this video, I'm not going to say, I'm going to send you this video. I'm going to send you this video. That's how I speak. So just lean into your personality. Don't back off from it. And something we're really big on, last thing I'm going to say, if you ever want to email us, Rob@Dubb, you can email me, Rob@Dubb, send me a video. We'll give you feedback. We want everyone to feel comfortable doing this because the whole point of having the Dubb account is to use it on a daily basis, and you will get yourself better and you'll feel your own voice coming out the more and more that you do it. So that's my kind of take on that.
Nice. Very cool. Thank you so much, Rob. All right. So I'm going to get into the next topic. Just to confirm, can you guys see my screen here? All good? Okay, cool. So the next thing that we're going to do, this is kind of exciting. Okay. Because this is basically how to monetize your social media. Okay. So I'd like to gauge the room here. How many people are posting videos on social media? Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. How many people are posting videos at least once a week? I'd like to get a 1 if you are posting videos at least once a week on social media. Okay. Couple coming in, couple not as fast as I'd like to see, but definitely coming in. That's okay. All right. It's hard. Posting on social media is not easy. It looks easy when you watch a video of someone. It is not easy to do. Okay. It's not impossible though. Here's what we recommend. We've gone through a whole process on social media, and I'd like to kind of share sort of a recap on what we've learned during our process. Okay. So the first thing that we've learned is that if you cannot be consistent recording videos for social media on a daily basis or maybe bi-weekly, consider getting yourself into a batch environment. What I mean by that is recording a bunch of videos for the entire week or the entire month even. Okay. I've heard so many people that spend one day a month, they record 20, 30, 40 videos, and then they delegate someone on their team to actually do the posting. So think about that for a second. Imagine if you could carve out a Friday afternoon, a Sunday morning, where you can go to a quiet place, you can go to your favorite comfortable zone, where no one's distracting you, you've got your good setup, and you can record all of your educational videos for your social media channels. Think about how powerful that would be, okay? It would basically be an entire marketing channel for you that you only have to invest a couple hours a month to make happen. Okay. The key here is to have a team that can support you. Now you could do straight to cam videos. You can use the Dubb desktop app to record a 9:16 article recap video. You can do screen videos from your phone. You can upload a video. Whatever's comfortable for you is what we recommend. If you want to be more creative, there's a lot more things that you can do. You could do, kind of humorous stuff and skit-based stuff. That just takes a lot more time. If that's your thing, then do that. But straight to camera is probably the easiest thing. If you're not 100% comfortable being on camera, just do an article recap video. You can take a screenshot of an article, make that the background of your video using the virtual background in the Dubb mobile app, or you can use the desktop to just recap a video. All you have to do is just crunch the browser and then record that video. We will put a support article in the chat for that, so you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And then again, the key is having someone go and publish those videos across all channels. That way it's one video, all channels. The Dubb mobile app is great to record those videos because you get the teleprompter. If you want to write your scripts, you can even start with the AI assistant to figure out what your topics should be. That's a total pro tip. Okay. You can do multiple clips so that if you want to just speak in bursts, you can do that so that you don't sort of fatigue or have to do a lot of line flubbing and sort of mistakes and then kind of redos. You can just do one line at a time. Consider that process. The batch process is amazing. We've started to do it, and we're already getting a lot of that sort of anxiety lifted from our shoulders because now we know it's just getting done. Okay. So what I'm going to recommend that everyone do is it's a twofold process. Okay. Number one is to record your BioLink video. Your BioLink video is a video that you have as an evergreen video that exists on your social channels. By having this video, anytime someone clicks on the profile or the about section of your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever it may be, they can see this personalized video that you've created one time. And that more specifically, you have some calls to action on it. And this is how you will monetize your social efforts. So one of my favorite examples of this is from Paige, actually. So shout out to you, Paige. This is what Paige's Instagram looks like. Okay, it's got a nice bio here, and then it has this call to action. If you'll notice, that call to action is linking to a Dubb page. This is a simple Dubb video. Paige, how long did it take you to record this video right here? I see that it's 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'm going to guess it took you 1 minute and 15 seconds to record.
Yeah, maybe I did it in 2 takes. So tops 5 minutes, done.
Tops 5 minutes. And I assure you that Paige has made it. She'll be humble about this, but I assure you she's made a ton of money from that one video that took her 5 minutes to record. That's very powerful. Okay. This
organically generates leads for me in my sleep. And that's the goal, because I do it in a really authentic way. They're not clicking on some text ad. I don't have to use a crazy weird headline to twist their arm into giving me their email. I'm offering value. And when you fill out that form and on the next screen, I deliver another video. So guess what? It's another Dubb video page.
Yeah. So think about this for a second. This is what we're trying to convey here. That if you watch this video, which is 1 minute and 15 seconds, which I linked to from her social account, and then I go fill the form out, I get an additional training from her. Okay. So I get education. I get something that I want during this process. Okay. This is so powerful for real estate agents. I would say 99.9% of them do not do this. And it's okay, because it's been very difficult historically to do this. Not anymore. I'm going to show you in the next couple of minutes on how you can configure this. Okay. So let's just go ahead to our little agenda here and just take a look.
Ruben, can I add something?
Yeah,
like a
please.
Little tiny nuance?
Please.
On that page, you'll notice I asked a question where you were sharing.
Yeah.
I asked a question that was you just choose. You just choose by clicking one of the options below your monthly revenue goal. I highly encourage all of you, when you create this and set this up for yourself, to ask one question that's got like a multiple choice kind of option. Why? It doesn't take that much longer, but it feels like a conversation. So you're just asking them for their information. Plus, it gives you valuable things you can talk about when you call them back.
Nice. Very powerful. Okay. So here we go. The process to do this is to record your BioLink video. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and record a BioLink video so that you guys have some context. Once again, this is placeholder, so make it your own, but it's going to sound something like this. Hey, it's Ruben. I'd love to connect with you. Please consider filling out the form below to watch a video on how you can add video to your entire real estate sales process. Thanks. And I look forward to connecting. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty basic. That video, now I can go configure on my BioLink page. And here's how I do that. Okay. The first step is to go into the dashboard and to go to the widget right here that's called BioLink, and then click on the cogwheel. Okay, in the cogwheel, what I can do is I can specify the video that I've recorded, and then that is what creates a public BioLink page for myself. Okay, so once that video is selected, you can go ahead and add your CTAs as well. Okay, then what you can do is you can go back to your videos here, and then you can I'm sorry. Well, hold on a second. Dashboard. And then what you can do is you can get that URL right here. Okay. This is your BioLink video. What you'll notice here is a couple of things. The CTAs as specified, and then my social profile links. Okay. In this case, what I can do is I can actually have one of these things be a form so that people can fill this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick little 1 minute break here. I'd encourage everyone to record your BioLink video. Again, this is your video that's going to exist on your social accounts, and it should be just no more than 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm just going to shut the camera off and the mic off here for just 1 moment. And please consider recording your BioLink video. Once again, hello, first name. Great to connect with you on social. Please consider clicking on the button below, filling out the form to get another video from you. Something that is going to provide value. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm actually not going to have you guys do that. I'm sorry. I changed my mind. I'm going to go and I'm going to show you the full tutorial, and then we're going to do both videos afterwards. Okay. Just in the interest of time. Okay. So we've got our BioLink video recorded. And the next thing we have to do is we have to record the educational video. Okay. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to use the artificial intelligent assistance here, and I'm going to ask it, how can I help someone looking to sell their home increase its value? That's just my cue. It's a starting point. I'm going to see what the AI assistant is going to recommend that I do. Sometimes these notes are good. Sometimes they're kind of questionable. You kind of have to pick and choose. The way that I look at AI is that it's just a cure for writer's block. So go through the process and just use your own experience and intelligence. So here we go. Enhance curb appeal, upgrade the kitchen, fresh coat of paint, energy efficiency, upgrade bathrooms, flooring, declutter. Those are 7 really decent points, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a mock video on how to increase the value of your home for selling. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if I were a real estate agent, I'd want to focus on sellers. Just that would be my choice, okay? So what I want to do is I want to figure out a way to target those people that are considering selling that might find value in a video on how to increase the value of their home. That way I can sort of pre-target them, and then I can also put a form so that I can capture their lead information and then give them my promise, which is the educational video. So the way that would look is something like this. Hi, it's Ruben. Thank you so much for filling out the form and watching this video. I wanted to give you 7 tips on how you can increase the value of the home. Number 1 is to increase the curb appeal. Number 2 is to upgrade the kitchen, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a sample video as an educational piece, as an educational video that exists behind a form on my BioLink page. So hopefully if everyone understands what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying so far, please put a yes in the comments. If you're completely lost and you have no idea what I'm talking about, put a no in the comments, and I'll take a little break here and sort of recalibrate. Okay, cool. I see some yeses. Thank you. Okay. So I recorded my BioLink video. I've recorded my educational video. And now here's how I configure that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to want to do is to go into the assets on the left navigation, and then I'm going to click on forms. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus button, and I'm going to say social BioLink lead form. Okay. The title, the public title, is watch a tutorial on how to increase your home's value. Okay. You can put a description in there. I'll just put this as a placeholder. And then the fields that I'd like to get is email, first name, last name. Let's do mobile phone. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to make mobile phone required. That's just my personal choice. If you want it to be required, if your video is so valuable that you want that to be required, then consider doing that. I'm just going to keep this frictionless, so I'm not going to make that the process. Okay. So now what we do is we forward to URL, and then this URL, all that we have to do here is we have to specify the URL of the video, of the masterclass, of the training video that we've recorded. So I would just go into my video account, my video library. I would find the URL of the Dubb video, and then I would place it in this form. So there's just a mock URL, home value increase. That's the video that I recorded, okay? Then once I do this, there's a couple of things that I can do. I can tag these people as sellers or leads. That's a really good way to stay organized here. And then I really want to make sure that I put my notification email here. I can put my own email. I can put my email of someone from my team. If I have a buyer's agent, if I have a seller's agent, if I have an assistant, you want to make sure that you have your notification email specify. This is very important, okay? Then what you can do is you can save this as a form. Save and close, boom, we've got our form done, okay? The next thing you'll want to do is to go into calls to action and then create a simple CTA, okay? So what I'll do here is I'm just going to say type, and then I'm going to specify form, and then all I have to do is specify the form that I just created, okay? Once I've created that form, I can click save and close. I'm just going to use kind of default text here. You can kind of customize it yourself. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my video, the video that I recorded. Let's say that this is that video right here. And then I'm just going to simply either, the pro tip is to create a preset for social videos. That's powerful, if that makes sense to you. But if you want to do this as a one-off video, you can actually do this right here, where you just simply specify the CTA to be the social bio link. Right here, how to increase your home value, okay? And then what I have here is I have now this is the actual video where someone can fill it out. So if someone fills out this video, if someone fills out this form, they're going to get the tutorial. So that was a lot of information, okay? I'm going to make sure that there's a support video to do exactly what I just did, properly shared in our Dubb support account, because I want to make sure that people really understand what I'm doing. We're at the top of the hour here, so that is the completion of that tutorial. But in essence, what we've done here, let me just kind of recap what we've done here. What we've done is, number one, is we've put a bio link in our social media account with a specific value offering. Okay, fill out the form to watch an educational video, and then we've gated that educational video with a form. That way, we get to capture the leads, and then we get to provide value. Once we capture that lead, then it, of course, sends us an internal notification. It gets organized in the CRM system. We can, send them an email newsletter in the future. We can send them a personalized video. The sky is the limit. So that concludes all the tutorials that I have for today's session. If there's any questions, comments, please put them in the comments. If there's anything that you'd like to talk about next week, I'd like to know about it. So please consider putting that in the chat. Paige, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to share the URL for your coaching program, that would be great. Or your Instagram, whatever you're comfortable with, that's great. Shoot that over to us. And once again, what would you guys like to learn about next week? So I'm going to open it up for questions if anyone wants to stick around now.
Just want to say, Ruben and Darius, that I'm joining Paige. I'm going to actually do her coaching program. So I want to thank you guys. She is awesome. So thank you all for that great tip, and she's very, very helpful. So
Nice.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate
Very
that.
cool.
But another thing that I would like, I think that would really help us out, as real estate agents, is how we can utilize this. Like, for instance, I kind of farm it. What are successful realtors doing to get more business? How we can utilize so it gives us more advantages, because obviously we don't compete against each other, as everybody's from the different areas. So we can definitely get some tips from what people are doing. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, well, I'd like to open up the room for that. Is there any suggestions that people have that they'd like to share at this point?
And I was going to say too, the vast majority of our testimonials and our success stories, like we have a case study with San Diego's largest team, the Beer Home Group. All of these sort of testimonials and case studies come back to the basics, like just sending video emails, personalized video emails to prospects. There's a whole bunch of other technology that we just talked about, right? It's really cool. But the vast majority of the success stories do come from just people sending those one-off messages. Like, for example, I just onboarded like a 10-person team last week, and one of their agents was new. She got on a call with a lead and didn't know her stuff, right? She didn't know the school in the district they were looking at. She didn't know a couple things. And she got off the phone really disheartened and was like, man, I lost that deal. But she sent a video to that same person afterwards, recapping some of the information she missed in the call. And then that lady went from okay, you don't know what you're talking about, to sending pictures of her family and stuff, and now they're engaged. So it's such a powerful thing to just stick to the basics. So I know, like I said, there's a lot of other technology that's cool and to cover, but I can't stress enough, just adding personal video messages to your clients' inboxes, like whether they're past clients or future prospective, that simple message of saying, hey, John, I got your stuff here, buddy. I've been doing this a while and I'm going to take great care of you. Check out this message to learn a little bit more about my team and how we're going to support you. Just those personal messages along with your value prop, right? You guys, when everyone, I got my license, and you know what the very first thing they told me? Get your value proposition down. What makes you unique? Why do they want to use you versus the other realtor that's their cousin or brother or whatever? And once you have that message down, you don't need to repeat that. That goes in the playlist. And then you're able to personalize that first part of it. So like we said, what are other realtors that are driving success in their business today? Every single testimonial and case study that we have, that's essentially what it comes back to. Is I sent some personal video messages to a handful of clients and they were extremely delighted, or potential clients, and converting them at a better rate. One of the case studies, in fact, is very numbers driven. And they used video for every single touch point because they paid a bunch of money for all their people to have it. And they're like, look, we got to do this, guys. And they forced them to from the leadership level. And that was what allowed them to be so successful, is because they had a process that was enforced. It wasn't an optional thing. It wasn't like, hey, maybe I'll do a video today. It was, no, you're going to respond to every lead because we're paying out of the nose for these leads and we need to convert them at the highest rate possible. And again, that's where it comes down to. Simple functions, core functionality, processes. Every lead gets a custom video, autoresponders in your automations throughout whatever your processes are. Like right now, if everything's manual, just adding videos there. If you guys have some really cool automations running, your CRMs or Wise Agent, Chimes here, whatever, adding videos into those processes as well. The very first touch point that anyone receives from you should absolutely have a video in it. There's no excuse to send anything other than a video greeting them, welcoming them as a first touch point. Because comparing that to anything else, like plain text, which of those is going to perform better? Every time we've measured this, every single time we've measured this, video has outperformed it 100% of the time in every measurement we've ever done. So that's what I encourage you guys to do. Start with the basics. If you're not sending video messages, like if every past client you have hasn't received a video message for you, that's number one place to start. Reach out to every past client you've done a successful transaction with and welcome them, greet them, say, hey, how's it going? How's the family? It's so great we're able to get you into your position last time. How's the family doing? I wanted to let you know we're doing well over here. We're trying to grow this year. And if you could do me a huge favor, fill out the form, send me a referral, or let's talk, let's have a virtual coffee. So that's what I encourage you guys to do right now. Because if I do the number thing, who has not sent a video to all their past clients? Probably most of us, right? We've probably not sent them to past clients. So that's the number one place to start, because it's going to, you're already comfortable with these people. You've met them. They know what you look like, and they're going to be happy to see from you, or happy to see you. So reach out to past clients first. It's going to help you get those jitters out. It's going to help you get the practice in. It's going to be extremely valuable, and will probably get you some more business, put some referrals, keep you top of mind. That's the number one place I recommend everyone starting. Because like I said, you have a handful of clients that haven't gotten a video from you, at least not a personal one. So start there.
Yeah, and Darius, to kind of piggyback on top of that, think how many people get emails every day. How many of them say video? How many? Right? Very few. So you're going to stand out. So that's really cool.
And
I noticed that Greg has a question. Your hand is raised, Greg.
Yeah. Just speaking to in practice, what do I do with, the video is, let's say a listing. The worst thing I think, if you're doing pay-per-click on Google, Facebook, Instagram, I don't send them to Zillow or Realtor listings. I see a lot of new agents do that. And then what happens? the buyers get picked off.
Yeah, Zillow says, here's your agent.
They don't even get the lead. So I have a landing page that I utilize, built in Dubb, with a video walkthrough. And then I've got my assets, which are the seller's disclosure, a link to branded only. HomeSnap does not show any other agents except for me as the listing agent. The seller's disclosures, my Calendly link to schedule that showing. And so now the funnel is built and it's all coming back to me through the Dubb video and then a gallery of other active listings. And then those other active listings sometimes get clicked on. And, sometimes I just look at the, the Dubb icon up in Chrome. I see 56 red, the activity, and you can track it. And from a listing perspective, if you go to a listing appointment, you pull up your Chrome browser, just click on that Dubb icon. And if you're doing what I'm saying, you do because you're getting exposure, I look at the activity and I say, oh yeah, 2 hours ago, email open. And I showed the people are all over the world looking at it. And that'll sell the people will be like, where do I sign on the listing?
Nice. I love that.
Greg, I just wanted to ask a clarifying question on that. You're putting the link to your Dubb funnel in Zillow when it's listed or through the MLS?
No, I can't put it in Zillow anymore. We used to be able to do that. What I'm putting it in is on realtor.com. On the back end of the listing, I always will take all of the photos. Our MLS system is 40 photos max. I pull those out because they're uploaded in a smaller format. I go whatever 3750 or whatever the recommended format is. I put high resolution photos in. I change my 3D tour from the default non-branded. I put in my branded. I use ImmoViewer instead of utilizing Matterport. And then the link for that, the brokerage link, I put the Dubb video link, and then I'm also taking the Dubb link and I'm utilizing that in my paid advertising on Google, on Facebook, pushing out through, I utilize Wise Agent. And I was saying the Wise Agent comment page to in an auto reply by rule within 2 seconds of a person on realtor.com making an inquiry, they get an email that's got a video in it. They get a text reply, but the text reply is not a 3-step build. It's done. My GIF is in there because Wise Agent, I migrated from BombBomb. I'm an earlier adopter from BombBomb back in 16, I think it was. I switched to Dubb when I could see this ability to have all these different landing pages. So, that little asset, to Darius's point of getting the GIF the GIF, and it's 40 seconds in in Wise Agent. I gotta keep it less than 40 seconds. So my realtor.com inquirers, they see my face in 40 seconds. So that's it.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool. Well, I wanted to kind of just give a little bit of homework if we can. Number one is record your calendar booking video and configure your video page. Number two is to record 10 personalized videos to your hottest prospects. There's just money waiting for you guys. Okay, get top of mind, reach out to the people that are waiting to hear from you. Number three is to record your bio link video and then add it to your social accounts. And then four is to record your training video and then configure a form on your bio link page. Now, rest assured, in next week's session, I'm going to show you guys once again how to configure all that stuff. And we are going to send a support article on it. Do we have any volunteers on optimizing their social channels? Jose, John, do you? I know that you guys are working with Paige. Do you guys want to take this challenge on? If you guys want to consider showing us some stuff next week, no pressure, no obligation, but we'd love to see some examples on really how to optimize your social accounts. Thank you guys so much for joining this workshop. See you guys next week. I took notes and I have notes as to what we're going to talk about next week. We will be talking about some QR code magic. So thanks again, guys.
Right on. Thank you. SMS. If you guys have more questions, come join me in a live training every single weekday. So you don't have to wait till next Thursday, guys. Dubb.com/T, 10 a.m. Pacific every day. You want to come in there, talk strategy, technical integration, SMS, whatever it is. Come talk to me there as well. And then that way we can be prepared for next week.
I just tossed a link to an example of a listing video. So you guys can see how that got built out.
Nice. Great. Take a look at this. Thanks so much, guys.
Killer. Look at those buttons, active listings, all that.
Yeah, and then the Calendly link should be down at the bottom. Yep.
There it is.
There it is.
Right on.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks so much. See you next week.
See you
And
guys.
spread the word. We'd love to have some folks in here. They don't have to be Dubb subscribers. You know, we want to spread the wealth. So
Better yet, even sign up for the Dubb Partner Program.
Yeah.
And share the link with your office and say, hey guys, check out this program. And then you get 30% recurring revenue from anyone you send our way. And you can be sure we're going to take great care of them.
Yeah. And the way to become a partner to generate recurring revenue by sharing your link is just in this widget on the right side. Be a partner, click the apply now button, and then you'll have a specific URL that you can send to people in a dashboard. You can log in and see what your commissions are. It's amazing. And it helps us, it helps you guys. Thanks again. And most importantly, thank you for being the best part about Dubb. See you next week.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate y'all.